Head men's basketball coach Joe Cassidy is entering his 19th year at the helm of the Profs. He is 311 and 161 all-time and the 5th winningest active coach and 70th all-time in NCAA Division II with a .659 winning percentage. Cassidy says he still feels young thanks in part to the student athletes.
I think with a lot of coaches, it does keep you young. You're dealing with young men every day on a daily basis. And in a college setting, things change, every year from year to year, but every 4 years essentially, players come and go kind of thing. And I think it's invigorating for to deal with the young guys and see them grow and see them mature. And then the real fun part is when they come back a couple years after they graduate. You see them being successful in whatever field they've chosen. They have families, things like that. So I think that it just all kind of blends in together to make you feel younger than you really are.
Joining Cassidy on the bench will be Penn State grad Joe Crispin. Crispin played for the Nittany Lions from 1997 to 2001 and was a huge factor in the Lions' run in the 2001 NCAA tournament. Cassidy says his knowledge of workouts and of European basketball is a huge plus for the Profs.
Well, the two main things I would say would be the individual workouts. Having played professionally for 13 or 14 years that he did, NBA and Europe, he's been exposed to so many different aspects of the game. So, I think he's done wonders with the guys on individual workout stuff. And then the other thing, and he's had a lot of input with, is the offense. We're doing a lot of things based on kind of the European concepts, and that's what he has kind of brought with him from the European game.
Last season, Rowan finished 12-13 overall and 7-11 in the NJAC. Cassidy says in order to take the next step, the team needs to find the right blend of skills on the court.
I tell everyone now we are bigger, stronger, faster, and quicker than we were last year. So, that's a major plus to start with. Now we have to blend those skills and that athleticism. We're going to be longer. We're going to be more athletic. So that should translate into better defense, and I think it will translate into better defense. And off of our practices and scrimmages, I would say we are a better defensive team than we were last year. But also now having so many new players, the inexperience really showed in the scrimmages. So it's a question of getting guys just learning to play together and learning what's a good shot and what's not a good shot, and some of the smaller intricacies of the game that we've struggled at a little bit so far. I think this is the kind of team. I'm hoping this is the kind of team that we should be better at Christmas time than we are now. Hopefully we'll be better at the end of January than we are at Christmas, and hopefully we'll be better at the end of February than we are at the end of January. And because of our inexperience, I'm hoping that we can, ride that slope up.
The Profs lost 6 seniors from last year's team, 4 of which were starters. Many of the players who were role players will now be in the forefront this season.
The seniors last year played 4,000 minutes out of a 5,000-minute season, so that's 80% of the minutes are gone. And it would even be, more when you look at the points, the rebounds, the assists, things like that. And this week, the Inquirer has been doing all the previews of the Big Five teams and all, and they're using pie charts to show how much of the minutes and then no one needs even close to 80%. We literally lost 80% of our minutes. So yes, the whole roster. I wouldn't say the whole roster, but some of the young guys that didn't play a whole lot last year, Joey Montalvo, Chris Gross, and Dan Brogan in particular, are going to get major minutes right now. Who hardly played at all last year. Blending them in with the transfers, and we'll see what happens.
Cassidy says there's no definite starting 5 heading into the season opener.
We have a starting 6. Between the 6, it'd be Joey Montalvo, Chris O'Connor. Those two are definitely starting in the backcourt. Mike Simpson will be the small forward, and then between Chris Gross, Dan Brogan, and Ike Robinson, there'll be 2 of those 3. We're fighting a little flu battle and things like that this week, so it could change, and it might even change. One might be one lineup Saturday and one lineup Sunday, but the 3 are pretty much set, and then it's 2 of the other 3.
The Profs open up their season this Saturday as they host the Rowan University Invitational. They will play Penn State Brandywine at 1 p.m.